but I'm saying that's what women are. That's the pushback that women are saying. Like, it doesn't matter what I do. Like, I should still be treated with respect. You know what I'm saying?
No, yeah, of course. But I think it probably would be the same thing for women. I mean, for men. Like, that's almost like saying just because I have all gold teeth top and bottom with multiple chains and my pants sagging, don't you think I'm a thug? You know, and it's just like, well, we don't know. Or don't you think I'm out here on the street? So I think perception, implicit bias, all of that stuff, like, we automatically come with, and it's just, that's just the reality of it. So it's carry the way that you want to be seen, or carry the way that you want to be treated. But at the end of the day, your appearance can sometimes teach people how to treat you, or, you know, until they have a conversation with you, then they gonna, you know, that also teaches them how to treat you. But if a person judging a book by its cover, we already know, like, we learned that in like second grade. Like,
yeah. And dare I say, in this space, when we are talking about social justice, right? In this current climate, when we're talking about social justice, and we're talking about protect Black women, and we're talking about trust Black women, and we're talking about locking up the race soldiers that murdered Breonna Taylor. And we're talking about Kamala Harris, who is the first ever she's the VP nominee for the Democratic Party. We'll get to Kamala, but is this the right song for this time in this moment? Because it's like Black men and women are trying to uplift, because of Sandra, we're trying to uplift the image of Black women, and stuff like that. And then we got a jam that's number one. Talk about there's some hoes in this house. Huh?
How about the music that Black men are making? It goes both ways.
I don't like that argument. We talk about WAP right now.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you're gonna talk about one, talk about all. Y'all.
Yes, but guess what?
If that song wasn't as hype as it is, y'all really wouldn't be mad right now.
No. Do you think I dislike the video?
Listen.
Do you really think that I sat up there and said, this is disgusting. I can't believe this you really think I watched that video like that?
He was just like that. Look at that video. Look how close
I was like this. There was some chips. I didn't even watch it. I was not watching it like that. You think I was offended? No, I'm not offended.
But I'm saying that's what women are. That's the pushback that women are.
Yo, what's going on? What's going on, family? How you doing? Welcome to the Soapboxx Podcast. I am your host, TJ Legacy. Let me get my co-host up on the screen here. Ladies and gentlemen, we are back. Soapboxx Nation, we have missed y'all. I've missed y'all. I've missed my co-hosts. Let me introduce them. Of course, my name is TJ Legacy, journalist, political organizer extraordinaire, host of the Soapboxx Podcast. I am joined with Decked in All Black, Covert Ops. This looked like that episode where Martin was like, where he was around the table and he felt like somebody stole something. Y'all remember that episode?
Yes. With the Rottweiler.
Somebody stole my crew, Black Ops. What's going on? All right. Let me introduce my man, Alan York, all the way from NYC. What's up, man?
Hey, man, I'm feeling good. It's like, I did a little reset myself. I'm out here with the regular Yankee fitted on, a very soggy t-shirt, just to let y'all know that it's very authentic out here. We still drinking a lot of water. We still wearing a lot of masks. But how y'all feeling today, man?
Yo, everybody's feeling good. Shout out to Soap. Before we get to my other beautiful co-hosts, Soapboxx Nation, we've missed y'all too. Y'all filing in. I see y'all. Welcome to the follow us, Soapboxx Podcast with 2X, Soapboxx Podcast with 2X, all the way from Tallahassee, Florida. What's going on, Giovanni? How you doing?
Hey, what's up? Doing pretty good. Actually, doing good, feeling good, and hoping that everybody out there is feeling good despite everything going on with the coronavirus.
Yes, absolutely. And just so y'all know, it's not that Giovanni got goals in her mouth. She's working on the background that's making it look like she got some like some goals when the pearly whites show up. That's how white they are, that they think it's the background. So you know,
I love
but
it.
just
I
want to put
it.
that out there. I want them to be like, yo, what's up with Giovanni doing something different? Listen,
right. It's a Florida thing.
Exactly. You look real South Florida-ish with the goals. All the way up north, what's going on, lady of the North, Boston, Brockton, all that good stuff. What's going on? Jesse, what's popping? How you doing? How you been?
What's popping? I'm doing good. You know, wearing my mask, like Alan said. Because I just feel like
you gonna wear your mask indoors by yourself? That's how safe you want to be?
I don't know who's around me right now. So, you know, I just feel like, yeah, I'm gonna wear my mask, but I'm just joking. But nah, I'm doing good. I'm feeling good. You know, I'm happy to be here. We was gone last week, and I'm just happy to be here and, you know, discuss some stories and kick it with my gang. You feel me?
Listen. Shout out to Soapbox Nation. Shout out to you, Lisa. What's up? Saying what's up to the squad. Appreciate you for tuning in. As we do, all of our Soapbox listener, whether you're streaming us on Stitcher, Spotify, SoundCloud, any of our streaming services, watching us on YouTube, we greatly appreciate you sticking with us. Listen, Jesse alluded to it. Let's talk about it. We're not on last week, and that's rare for us to just not be on at all. Usually we have like either pre-recorded or we'll let y'all know something. But just to let y'all know, your boy, myself, I actually got the vid. I came down with COVID. So, and I know what y'all thinking. Oh, he was out there studying and he was on vacation and that's how I got. Actually, no, I was really safe throughout my whole vacation. I've been through so many places, whether it's Mexico, whether it's San Diego, Tampa twice, all these different places, wash my hand, wear my mask, all that good stuff. But yeah, it was towards the end of of my trip, someone who had COVID or had COVID-like symptoms didn't let me know, and they hung out with me, and presto changeo. During that episode, if you look back at the episode, The Savage Truth, I was kind of like a little and I was just like, oh, I thought it was a little nothing. It was something, but it was the Rona that was cooking. And immediately after the show, it kind of hit, and I had symptoms, and COVID was not fun. Jesse had it, so I'm not the only one that was infected. So let's give y'all the status. Can I give a medical status of what we are as far as, because I think you brought it up last week, Jay, right? Giovanni?
Yeah. So far we are 25% vaccinated.
Yes.
We are 50. We have a 50% percentage of COVID cases.
Excuse me.
Right?
COVID survivor.
COVID survivors. You can say COVID survivors. COVID cases, guys. And yeah, that's about it.
And Alan is.
Listen, I have been blessed thus far to not have contracted the vid. I am pending vaccination. So I'm right in the middle. So yeah, I'm right in the middle. So probably within the next month or so, I'll be fully vaxxed out. So you know, I'm a tweener. You know, which serves right for me since I'm a middle child as well. But I'm crossing over. I'm crossing over to J side pretty soon. I got some moves to make this winter. And I want to make sure that, you know, I'm just doing my part. You know what I'm saying?
You're a middle child?
Yes, but which is a whole nother topic. But you know, and I'm still stay super masked up. So ain't nothing really gonna change.
Yeah, what y'all feel about the
Go ahead, Joe.
mask mandates that they are having this big old debate about schools and children wearing masks?
I think it's the dumbest debate in the history of all debates. I think it's stupid that people who don't want to wear masks. Like, I get the vaccine back and forth. I understand that shit. that shit is like, because it's still up in the air. We'll talk about that. But for you to say, I don't want to wear a mask, there's like no reason, like in my book, for your kids, to be like, I'm not going to wear a mask or any of that kind of stuff. Like, no. That's the least you can do. Like wearing a mask indoors, wearing a mask while you're out. Now, if you're with someone and y'all in close proximity and y'all socially distanced, then, if you want to take your mask off, I get that. But anything else other than that, I don't understand it. I think it's a stupid argument. It's actually been politicized because they're trying to get votes. So all you stupid people that think that, oh yeah, these politicians are behind me because I'm not wearing a mask or I'm an anti-masker and all sorts of stuff, they really don't give a fuck about you. They just care about pandering to you so that you can potentially vote for them. And they're just fanning the flames of whatever GOP or whatever anti-mask crew that you have. So yeah, don't be a loser. Just wear your mask. Now the vaccine conversation, we'll get to that. But just wear the mask. That's That's how I got it. I got it because somebody who had symptoms was around me and didn't wear a fucking mask. That's how I got it. So wear your mask.
At least you know how you got it. I have no idea how I got it when I got it. Like literally to this day, I have no idea who gave it to me, how I got it. But you know what? No, that's all I'm gonna say.
You know what's funny, Jesse? I mean, I might know how you have gotten it. So, okay, I'm not sure proximity wise. I'm not great at geography. How close is Brockton to Boston?
30 minutes. Right?
Okay, that's not bad.
No, 30 minutes, maybe 15 minutes on a good day, depending on where you're going in Boston.
Okay, so one of my good
30
friends.
to 15? She's like,
What? It could be 2 hours. It could be 2 hours or more to 15 minutes because traffic.
Yeah, but more of the story. One of my close friends, she just recovered from the vid. She told me that she was at a barbecue. And they found out like a week later, someone at the barbecue had the vid, and like 6 people from the barbecue ended up with the vid. Like it was like a super spreader event, unbeknownst to them. So it could have been traveling in that little, you know what I'm saying? That little mix up.
Not for nothing,
in the area, she could have got the dust.
Yeah, it was up there.
A lot of people I know, and I'm hearing about a lot of people personally who are getting it. Before it was like, I mean, I heard like a lot of people were getting it, but it never hit close to home, or it was never personal, except for when, it was. But yeah, it seems like it's getting pretty out of control,
Yes, how was your experience?
With having COVID?
With COVID, because mine was a little different.
I thought I was gonna die. And I'm not even being dramatic. Like my boyfriend, he also got it. But he had less symptoms than I had, and I had the baby too. My other 2 kids, thank God they weren't with me, but the baby was with me, and like that was like my major concern. But for me, at first, it didn't feel like I felt okay. It just felt like a cold. I was fatigued. I just had like normal cold symptoms. But as like time went by, like I would say like maybe after 4 days, I felt like death. I was throwing up. I could not breathe. I was fatigued. And on top of that, you got to be a mother, And it was really hard. I've never, and I don't really get sick, but when I get sick, like I can handle it. This was different. It was definitely different. What did you go through?
Oh man, listen, before you get tested, like I had to get, the swab and everything. There's like a list, like what are your symptoms? Yep. I had every symptom except a sore throat, which thank God, right? But I had every fucking COVID system. Not only that, but I think the worst part for me, besides like I threw up a lot, and then I actually like was dry heaving and throwing up so much that I ended up like throwing up blood, like literally like throwing up blood on multiple occasions. But I took solace in knowing that before that Friday after our show, I had a doctor's appointment with my doctor remotely, and I had just gotten tested like for like internally, like your A1C score, like your liver and everything, like a regular checkup, like a physical checkup. And he was like, yo, you're perfectly fine. Symptoms meaning perfectly fine. Your body's healthy. You're healthier you've ever been in years and stuff. And so I've been working really hard on that throughout the year. So when I was like, yo, I feel a little itchy, a little something brewing, I kind of told him what was going on. And it wasn't until the Monday I got a text message from the person that was like, yo, so I tested and I got it. And it says, and then it all hit me. Then shit got real. Because then it was like, oh no, it ain't no like your throat or you feel a little, or you're sniffling or whatever, or these little chills. The chills came first. And once I got the chills, then I was like, nothing made sense. It was chills everywhere. Like I'm irritable. I don't like feeling weak. Then the fatigue started hitting. And then from the fatigue, then I was in the bed. Then it was really bad. Like, I'm not gonna lie. I have a high threshold for pain. I've had multiple knee surgeries, probably over 10 knee surgeries. I have a very high tolerance for pain. I was like, I thought somebody was trying to take me out. Like, I was like, this is it. They trying to take my ass out. Like, thank God. And I got to give a shout out to my mother, who couldn't come to like where I'm at, couldn't come to see me. I quarantined. Thank God I'm by myself, don't have kids. But, she was there, like pick up the phone, like anytime I was getting her testing myself, like getting my temperature. My temperature was like over 102. Like I never went to the hospital though. I was able to, like, I took a lot of Mucinex, and that was everybody's suggestion. Even my doctor, he was like, well, everything you're doing is what you just need to do. Everybody was just kind of like, you just got to go through it. And I was just like, oh, okay, just go through it. But that going through it, like that valley of the shadow of death, they always say, oh, you're going to get through on the other side. But going through that shit it was not fun. I pushed a lot of people away. I was angry. I couldn't. The worst one, what I was going to tell y'all is the worst part about it was I couldn't think. Like your brain, they call it like something fog or something.
Yep, that happened to me too.
Thought, that's why I couldn't do the show. Every thought that I had, like it sliced through. I couldn't even set up the pre whatever, right? Same. And so like the presets for the show, so I couldn't even do that. So every thought that I had, like I think Jess, you text me or y'all text when I finally told y'all, I was kind of like towards the back end. But yeah, I was just here. And it was bad.
Did you lose your taste and smell?
Oh, yes. Oh, so I was like, all right, fuck it. One day I was like, yo, let me just go ahead and just I wanted to make some homemade burgers, like, with the onion soup. I can't give y'all the recipe, but like, you know what I'm saying? Like some real homemade burger, gourmet style that I do. So with the broche bun and everything, I was like, yo, I'm gonna go ahead. This is what I feel like eating, whatever. Made it, made it. Bit it, couldn't taste shit. I was like, oh, what is this? I was like, yo, is this because when we visit, I was like, yo, does this taste like anything to you? Yeah. They're like, yeah, this is bomb. All the seasonings and the flavors and everything. And I was like, I lost my sense of smell and my sense of taste. And it's so funny because they waited. God, I don't know, it's God, devil, enemy, whatever. The vid waited until after I made the damn burger to take my taste away like that, and I wasn't able to taste it, and then that's what made me sick because I ate it, and yeah, it was just not good. However, I know people are probably thinking, right? I know I'm going on a little tangent. Well, if you were vaccinated, you probably wouldn't have any of these symptoms and different things like that. And I'm here to tell y'all, and I know y'all may get mad, but that shit ain't fucking true, because since I've had it, and the things that you go through, whether you're at the testing center, and there are people that are still doing free testing. However, a lot of these centers what they're not telling you is a lot of these centers are only testing you if you have severe symptoms. So people who are walking up, or people who call that say, hey, I just want to be tested just to make sure, they're turning and deterring a lot of those people away. Now the vaccine, you can get the vaccine all day, every day, right? Like they're encouraging you to get the vaccine, but just getting the swab and the testing, if you're not experiencing a lot of symptoms, some of these places are kind of like they're discouraging you from getting tested, which I think, in my opinion, is contributing to the spread of the shit. Because if you're somebody that's thinking like, hey, I may have been in contact with somebody I want to get tested, and then they're deterring you from actually getting tested so that you can be sure whether or not you have COVID or not, and then you're going out and you're spreading the shit, I think that's counterproductive. So they need to change that. But unfortunately, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
No, unfortunately, I know someone, and I want to send my condolences to them. I'm not going to say their name or anything, but they know who they are, and they do watch the Soapboxx. Condolences to my friend, I consider my bestie, affectionately. Lost her father, actually. He was fully vaccinated, but he did have cancer, but he was fully vaccinated, and she got it. And like, I don't know, but I don't know how exactly he got whatever, but he ended up having to go to the hospital. So he passed away last night. And it's been extremely tough for her. She's strong. She's definitely a fighter, definitely great spirit. So I want to send my condolences to her and her family. There's a lot of stuff. And I think the conversation around being fully vaccinated, because since I've had it, and this is why I want to talk to, and I'm going to toss it to Jay and Alan, because I know, Alan, you're going through this due diligence, so whether or not you're going to get the vaccine or not. Like, for me, I am, since I've gone through something, once you go through COVID, like, I don't know about you, Jess, like, your loved ones, you don't want your loved ones to go through the same shit you went through.
Yeah.
Right? Like, especially, like, that's why the mask mandate, I was like, oh, there's no fucking debate. There's no way that I want what I went through with COVID for a kid to have that shit. Like, you don't ever want them to go through that. Like, my mom, I'm a grown-ass man. I'm almost 35. And my mom literally was crying because she could not, like, there was nothing she could do. Like, she can't come and see me. She can't, bring me Gatorade or any of those type of things. Like, it was tough for her or families to even not be around your loved ones because you have COVID, and then you're hearing things on the news about people dying every day from COVID, and you don't know, like, hey, what's going to happen. So the idea of like not having kids, not having kids. Yes, hold on. Yeah, Chloe, we are live on we're live on YouTube, live on both YouTube and Facebook. Shout out to Soapboxx Nation. But yeah, so now I'm in this. They said that you're about immune after you have COVID for like 90 days. So I have 90 days to do my due diligence to figure out which vaccine, if any vaccine, that I'm actually going to get. And now I definitely want your to see, you want your family to be protected, but you also don't want somebody to get the vaccine and then something to happen, and then you don't want them to get COVID, and then for them to think, well, damn, for their symptoms to be that much worse, if not deadly, because they didn't have a vaccine. So where do y'all fall in? I'm gonna start with you, Jay. And I know that was kind of the elongated explanation that I have. Still dealing with some phlegm and stuff, so don't worry. What was I know you talked about being fully vaccinated, Jay. What was did you have it, or you said your significant other have it? Like, what was your deciding factor for you to get the vaccine, and as opposed to like not being vaccinated and still doing all? Because I know you've been extremely cautious with wearing a mask and everything like that. So what was your deciding factor? And then Alan, I want you to kind of take us through your thought process, knowing that I had it, and then wanting to be safe yourself, and Jesse had it, so potentially getting the vaccine. So I'm gonna shut up and let y'all have the floor.
Well, the reason why I chose to get vaccinated is because I trust the science this time. I listened to a lot of debates with doctors, epidemiologists, people who were researchers on it. And the conversation that we have a lot is that how did they come out with this vaccine so fast when they have been researching a vaccine for the coronavirus for years.
Yeah.
And really, that was one of the number one things I felt like was enough evidence for me. Two, as a young child growing up, I was vaccinated. It wasn't by choice, of course, at that point. It was left up to my parents. But I mean, I'm still alive today. I don't see that any different from me being vaccinated then versus now. People question, okay, well, why do you have to get 2 doses? You have to get several doses of many vaccines growing up. You're in there almost every year before you even go back to school, taking another vaccine for the same shot. So that's not nothing new either. I just think that we aren't really knowledgeable about what was already put in our body growing up. And so now as adults, we're just kind of like, since I do have the choice to not get it, I'm going to be rebellious about it. And of course, yeah, we know all the horrible things that have happened to the Black community when it comes to the vaccines. And who knows? I honestly think it's like religion. Either you can believe and possibly go to heaven, or don't believe and possibly go to hell, So it's just like, either you can get the vaccine and be a survivor in the history books of being vaccinated and catching the coronavirus, working through it successfully, or however you want to, without a lot of pain, or you can be one of those in the number where you caught the coronavirus and you suffered severely, like what you were explaining. I know 4 people who caught it this week. 2 people vaccinated and 2 people not vaccinated in the same household. Those who were vaccinated, sniffles, a little fatigue. Their partners in deep trouble, hospitalization, can't breathe, a lot of different things. And, we're assuming that the vaccine already had their body prepared for what was to come, and, of course they say, well, the vaccine, it actually breaks down. I don't even know the correct term because I'm not a doctor. Gotcha. But they're saying like it breaks down what you need to actually survive. Right. But it also builds it back up. Like when people say when you're young and your child gets sick easy, and the grandma says, well, that's because you don't ever take them outside. You gotta go outside, you gotta get sick once in a while in order to be able to fight it when it comes back around, so your body can recognize it. And so, I'm for the vaccine. I'm also for wearing masks. I've listened to so many school board meetings, y'all, and there are a lot of people who are absolutely opposed to wearing masks and opposed to getting the vaccine. And my biggest thing is, if you wear the mask or you get the vaccine, regardless, okay, we know if you wear the mask and you get the vaccine, there's still a chance of other people catching the coronavirus as well as you.
Yeah.
Right. But at the same time, there is a bigger chance of people catching the coronavirus if you choose to not wear the mask and not get vaccinated. And so from my standpoint, I would rather save a few lives than to save no lives. And I feel like without being vaccinated and choosing to not wear the mask, at that point you're saying I don't care about saving any lives because I don't think this works. And I agree. Feel like vaccinated and you wear a mask, you're saying at least if I can possibly save a life, let's try to do that. And so I'm vaccinated, and if I make it 5 years from now, vaccinated, hallelujah. Who knows? I mean, if I don't and we blame it on the vaccine, we could very well do the same thing if it were cancer, me getting hit by a car, me not wearing my seatbelt. There is no set time on how long I'm going to be on this earth. So for right now, I'm going with what the doctors are saying and what research is saying, and I'm just going to give it to God.
That was probably the most convincing out of all the cases of should you get the vaccine or not? And it's all a personal decision. That was probably one of the most convincing ones for me. I just don't, especially with my mom, I don't want for anything to happen to her. And for me to be like, oh, well, this could have been prevented, that kind of thing. So, So, hey, I know you're going through the same back and forth. You got an appointment scheduled soon. You said by the end of the month, you may be fully vaccinated. I know I got to wait 90 days because I just got COVID. So, talk us through it.
That was a good point. Chloe just made.
Oh, go ahead. Oh, I missed it. Go ahead.
She was just saying like the vaccine is going to save you, you know, and as much as we would love to, as much as the vaccinated population, you know, our main goal is to save ourselves, but also save other people too. At the end of the day, I mean, I was vaccinated and my partner wasn't vaccinated. He caught the coronavirus. I treated him, supported him like a nurse, all up in his face, making sure that he was okay. And I never caught it. Like, never.
Yeah. Yeah, I know somebody who was, they were half vax and they got it. And the symptoms not as bad.
I mean, you can catch it still. You can catch it still. I'm not saying you're not going to catch it. Yeah, you still going to catch it, but.
Yeah. Hey, talk us through it, man. What's your thought process?
Yeah, I mean, you know, a lot of the points that Jay said, I knew, but my thing was initially when the vaccine came out, I knew that I wanted to wait a certain amount of time because I knew that the remix was coming, right? I mean, all of the scientists said, listen, the mutation is going to happen. It's not a matter of if, it's about when. So I did want to wait a little while just because I wanted to see like which brand was going to be stronger against the mutation, a mutation that, you know, it may not let up for a little while. So, you know, that was one of my main concerns with just waiting for it. You know, there's the big misconception in regards to, you know, this being a quote unquote test drug or something that just came up. They just made it in 6 months. You know, it's just a lot of that is false information. So I do get a little bit of solace in understanding that this is something that was just kind of honestly on the back burner for like almost a decade or so since SARS was out. You know, there's even a clip that I saw Obama talking about around that time was like, listen, the next airborne virus is coming. And he was saying essentially that's why he put the pandemic team together to prevent something like that. So, you know, this is something that I feel like within the medical and the science community that they have somewhat been preparing for. And this is why we've kind of gotten the resources faster than normal. Additionally, you know, for me, especially like with my family, you know, with my mother and my siblings being, you know, what's susceptible to catching these things. What do they call it? Autoimmune.
Yeah, I think so.
Part of my vocabulary, and them still going back and forth. And then, you know, I have family that live in super red states that don't believe in anything, no mask and no vaccination. And being that they're there, it's like it is really concerning for me. Because for lack of a better term, like over the last 2 months or so, I felt like the walls were closing in on people around me. Like I've probably known personally 10 people who've caught the virus within the last month and a half or so. Like, and I don't even think it was like this last year. So, you know, I do feel like I almost feel like a responsibility to my family as well. To if nothing, be like, okay, I'm gonna possibly get it, and I'm gonna let you know, if I have to be the person that lets you know, okay, this is what you look out for. This is what you look out for, knowing that, you know, having confidence that I'm not necessarily gonna have any strong side effects. I consider myself fairly healthy. If I could be some sort of beacon of light or just like some sort of trailblazer for my family, I think about that as well. So, you know, and these are all things that I've thought about throughout this entire period. But, you know, and then also, you know, going into the end of the year, I'm in a decent position. I have a couple of trips coming up. And like I said, with so many people close to me, I know getting it and everybody having the same reaction, like, yo, I knew it was bad, but it's nothing like, you know, I'm kind of woke up now. Like, I knew it was bad, but I didn't really anticipate experiencing it like that. Like people my age are dealing with their mortality, like right in the face. Like people are going to sleep and not necessarily knowing if they're gonna go awake. You know, I mean, wake up in the morning, and it's a spooky thing, man. And you know, even I've always taken out the whole 99% of people survive, 98.8, whatever. Understandably so. And I understand that's a high number, but I don't even want to be sick. I hate being sick. Like, so if I can prevent myself for being sick, like, why even? I'm not even gonna go to the whole. Well, I'm not gonna die, but I don't even want to be inconvenienced for a week or two. You know what I'm saying? So I think about all of those things, and like I said, the biggest thing for me was just to kind of wait. And what I do is I just kind of to wrap up, I kind of liken it to like an iPhone update. Like you got technology. Your immune system is like technology sometimes, and then after a year or two, or in this case, what has it been, decades since we got a new vaccine. Sometimes your immune system needs a boost because there's new things in the air. We're putting things in the atmosphere, in the ocean, and air pollution. Is not a shock that it's almost a shock that we don't get more of these airborne viruses, considering how reckless we are with Mother Nature. So, I'm not shocked that our immune system needs to update and upgrade our system every now and then. But, I'm also cognizant and still going to do the same things that I've been doing before in regards to the vitamins and the ginger tea and the working out. So for me, it never has to be one or the other. It's not black and white, So, that's just my whole thought process of kind of going through it. And I'll never shame nobody for not doing it, because I get it. It's a big step, I just everyone be mindful of the information that they're sharing. That's the only thing I ask. That's the only thing I care for.
Yeah, I know for me, it's like that was the scary part. I'm not going to lie, because I couldn't breathe. There was a point where I couldn't breathe. Like it hurt to talk sometimes. I couldn't my whole place had to be dark because light was bothering me. Like I couldn't open my eyes. Like everything was just dark. And living by yourself is probably the scariest thing, because you're like, yo, I can't breathe. I'm getting these chills. Oh, just take a nap. And you you just don't know if that nap is going to be an eternal fucking sleep. Like you didn't know. I couldn't eat for a good portion of it, actually all of it. So I'm down. I was telling Alan off camera, I was down 20 pounds. And for all the assholes in my family who I told I was down 20 pounds, and they oh, well, okay, well, it's not like a workout. It's not a workout retreat. It's not a COVID workout plan. No, you couldn't eat because everything you ate, I threw up, and my body was just rejecting it. So that's real. The not being able to breathe, the throwing up, not being able to eat. What else? I'm trying to think of what other symptoms. I know people have you have your own decisions to make and live with the consequences. And I said that too. If you're not vaccinated and then you do get it, you got to live with the consequences and do what you got to do. Right. And so I wasn't vaccinated, went through the consequences, and now they're like, hey, you can potentially get it again. I'm like, yeah, that's probably not gonna happen. So I'm probably going to start researching which vaccine is good for me in my body with my primary care physician. Alan, did you land on one? Do you know, or do you care to share which one?
Yeah, I mean, just
I don't even give you no check, so I don't want you to endorse.
Yeah. I mean,
or Jay, I don't know if y'all want to say which one you got, so I can do my due diligence, because Jay still got her glowing skin. So as long as they didn't take that away.
Yeah,
I have the Pfizer vaccine.
Pfizer, okay.
Yeah,
what about you?
And it has been approved by FDA over the weekend on August 23rd. I was definitely thank you, Lord Jesus.
Okay.
And then another thing. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I was just getting ready to say that for those who are considering getting the vaccine, still, we still know that it doesn't prevent the coronavirus. Okay, it doesn't stop the coronavirus. Okay, so we just want to make sure that we are not promoting that.
Correct.
On the Soapboxx. And then the other thing is, when I got the Pfizer, the first time I was okay, but the second time I was messed up for 2 days. I had the chills. I felt like I was faint, but I think when you get the vaccine, you're supposed to rest, and I didn't. I immediately had like the speaking engagement. It's the very next day, and they usually tell you if you get the vaccine to rest. So if you do get it, make sure that you're not like trying to go to a theme park the next day or go hang out with your friends and drink. You know, don't be trying to consume a lot of alcohol because you just injected this new I don't know what the term is, but you injected it into your body, y'all know, and now your body has to adjust, and so allow that adjustment period. Your arm is going to be sore, so for those of you who may experience these symptoms, your arm may be sore where you get the shot, so go ahead and have your Tylenol or ibuprofen ready. And yeah, just be prepared, because I had the chills. Like, I had the chills right before I was about to go speak, and I was just like, this cannot be happening to me right now. But it did. But I got through it. It only lasted for like 2 days compared to the coronavirus. I know y'all was out for days.
It ain't. Look, all the people that's like, oh, it's just the common flu. That shit ain't no fucking flu. That shit, right, Jesse? Like that shit. I don't know, like it was not
at all.
Like I can deal with that, but nah.
Right.
It's so interesting to talk about.
I mean, even the flu is not fire though.
No, it's not.
The flu is trash. Like I don't even like when people say that. Like, nah, it's just the flu, fam. Do you know how bad the flu is?
Okay, the flu, especially when you get it with strep throat.
Yeah, oh my goodness. So yeah, that's not a selling point. It's just I don't want that shit either, bro.
No. So which one are you thinking, Alan?
So based on what I've been reading in regards to like the Delta variants, and I've read that Moderna has a higher percentage of fighting off the.
I thought they discontinued
Moderna. That was the Johnson. They halted the Johnson & Johnson, but it's back. But it's back and jumping. But no, they didn't halt the Moderna. No,
I thought they did. Okay,
Google that real quick. But no, they didn't. So essentially that's what I was kind of looking for to see which of the companies was going to be fighting the variants a little bit better. So that's why I'm leaning towards Moderna, though I did hear the Pfizer one has a little bit less of a reactionary symptoms as soon as you get it. But we'll see. Originally, that was why I was gonna do the Johnson & Johnson. To be real, like the laziness in me kind of goes through everything. I was like, oh, all I gotta do is one shot. I ain't gotta wait. Cool, but they saying some things about it, so I kind of took that out the running. I did kind of take that out the running. What did you find in your Google search, Jesse?
Oh, well, it says, I didn't click on the source, but the first thing that came up was COVID-19 vaccine providers effective Wednesday, July 28th at 4 p.m. Eastern time. You will no longer be able to order vials of Moderna 10 dose. All supplies in the warehouses have been depleted, and no additional Moderna 10 vials will be manufactured. But that was the first thing. Like, I didn't do research, so I don't know. Like, I have to actually research it.
What did you Google?
I just Googled, is Moderna discontinued? That's all. So like I have to do research. That's like me just like looking it up right now real quick. I only thought that because somebody that I know personally got it, and someone else that I know personally said that they wanted it, but they said the only way that they were going to get the vaccine if it was the Moderna, and it was discontinued. So like I said, I don't know if that's factual or not, so I got to do my own research. But me personally, when it comes to vaccines, like I feel like getting the vaccine is your personal choice. I do feel like if you don't get the vaccine, you should still be responsible and wear a mask and take proper precautions because you're not vaccinated. But I also feel like it's your personal choice. And it's irritating me that it's being forced upon a lot of people, or everybody in this case. And the people who are vaccinated, for majority of them, are like trying to like downplay or talk down on people who are not comfortable to get vaccinated. And I'm one of those people who right now, I'm not comfortable to get vaccinated. And I'm pretty sure like, as time goes on, maybe I will be comfortable, or who knows. But you go on the internet, you just see people like just talking shit. And like, I really don't care, because you can say whatever you want to say. My decision is my decision. And I feel like if I'm taking the proper precautions to protect those around me and to protect myself, like, why are you worried about what I'm doing? You got the vaccine, right? So you're protected technically. So why are you worried about what I'm doing with myself? If I'm taking the proper precautions, I'm wearing my mask, I'm washing my hands. So then why do you care if I decide to take it or not? It's my personal choice, you know what I'm saying? And I don't downplay anyone who takes the vaccine, because that's your choice. That's what you wanted to do, and you have that right. But you should also respect people who don't want to take it, as long as they're taking proper precautions. I understand that there are people who are not, who are just like going about it like, I'm not taking the vaccine, I'm not wearing the mask, I'm gonna do whatever I want to do. And yeah, that is irresponsible, because you can easily spread, you can spread the virus. But if you're taking the proper precautions, then why talk down on them? You know what I'm saying? And that bothers me. I don't like how it's being mandated. Like, you have, if you want to travel, or like, not all places, but like there's talks about like, if you want to travel, you're gonna have to take it. In New York, Alan, you're from New York, so maybe you could verify. But I read an article that said, like, in order to get into certain places, like restaurants and stuff, you're gonna have to show proof of vaccination. And this is only the beginning. I feel like it's only gonna get like worse, or for lack of a better term, I'm just gonna say worse. It's just gonna get worse from here, because I mean, what is it, like measles, right? Is it? I've watched this Law and Order episode where there was a party. I don't know if it was measles or something else, but there was a party and there was kids there, or adults, whatever, who were there and they weren't vaccinated. And people at the party caught this illness that's like from years ago, because somebody who wasn't vaccinated attended that party, and then they basically spread the whole thing. And then they were like just going on in that episode how it's like irresponsible, because like and they were like pressing charges. I'm gonna try to figure out what episode that was, but it kind of reminds me about like what's going on now. But it's like, just be safe, you know, like, do what you got to do, but don't force it on people. And if you choose not to take the vaccine, just be responsible with your actions, because you can affect other people. So if you make the decision to not take the vaccine, just make sure you're being responsible. That's how I see it. And I could be wrong, or in other people's eyes I could be wrong, but that's how I see it. And when I feel comfortable enough, who knows, maybe I'll get it. But right now I'm at a space where I'm not comfortable to get it. And, you know, I guess we'll see what happens.
Yeah. I mean, I think everybody's like main thing is just, of course, just being respectful of everybody's decision. And two, just like, you know, whatever your decision is cool. I mean, and even if you want to try to sway somebody, just make sure you're swaying them with facts and not like conspiracy theories. I think that's where the gray matter comes in. I can definitely speak for here in New York, because I was affected last week. I had a nice little weekend lined up. I was gonna go to the Rum Festival, and then I was gonna go to the Rum Festival one day and a museum the other day, and I wasn't able to get into any of those places because I wasn't vaccinated. So I mean, these are both indoor events. So even I went to one of my favorite beer places in New York. I went in. I was like, you know, can we sit in the garden? It was like, you know, do you have proof of the vax? I was like, nah. They was like, okay, nah, we can't. You know, you can't sit in the garden. I'm sorry. They was like, you know, we can serve you. It's cool. You could take it. We'll give you to go cups. We'll
serve you around back.
Yeah, like you can, you know, you can come in, but you know, you wouldn't be able to. So New York is very, very strict with that. And then, you know, at the end of the day, the thing I say about personal choices is it goes both ways, right? We all got a personal choice, and we could do what we want to do or don't want to do, but everybody has a choice to react the way that they see fit. And the same way people got to respect our choice, we got to respect their choice as well. So, I mean, it's like they say, it's not freedom of speech. I mean, freedom of speech is not freedom of consequences. Freedom of choice is not freedom of, you know, like blackballing or whatever. Like whatever, you just got to know whatever your choice comes with. And, you know, I had to eat last weekend. I mean, that's life, you know?
Can I ask you a question?
Go ahead, Jay.
When you say that you have to, When you say that you have to show proof of vaccination, right? Is it just proof of COVID vaccination, or all your immunization records, like all the immunizations you ever took?
You have to show proof of the COVID vaccination because adults are not running out here with chicken pox for the most part.
All right, that's what I'm saying. There's people who choose not to get vaccinated for certain viruses or diseases that you can obtain, like that are transmittable, that you can get. And like I said, like I was bringing that example of that Law and Order episode. And if they don't question them, they don't make them show.
What is the current? What do you think is the other current airborne disease right now that people are passing around outside of COVID?
I don't know, but my thing is, you never know, and that's what. And I'm gonna look for that episode just to show you, because in that episode, at this party that they went to, they spread a disease or a virus, whatever, I can't remember, that you would be like, what? And this was like in 2020 or 2019, you were like, what? Like, how? Like, at this time, like, how is that even possible? Because everybody's vaccinated for it, but yet it happens, and then like everybody was affected. You know what I'm saying? So my thing is, why do you have to show proof of COVID vaccination, but you don't have to show proof of these other vaccinations? And maybe this could just be me thinking about it too much because of my bias towards it, but it just makes me, I just have a lot of questions. And I know like a lot of people who are like, you know, they're and not you guys obviously, but like other people out there who are vaccinated and talking down on people who choose not to get vaccinated.
That's counterproductive.
Yeah, and I'm not gonna say anti-vax because that's not me. It's just I'm not comfortable to get it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's like just, you know.
And I think people just have to people just have to sit in that. Like, yo, I'm not comfortable with it. And I think that's fine. I think that's a good enough answer. I think people start to poke holes in your reasoning when you try to start to over-explain yourself. Like you just be. It's cool just to not be comfortable, right? Because to be honest, like anyone who says, you know, so why don't I have to like show my HIV test? Why I don't have to show my chickenpox vaccine? I'm like, fam, like let's break all that down. Let's get the logic. Nothing else is going out here killing people by the hundreds and hundreds of thousands airborne like COVID is. Like you can only fight what we know. So it is okay. Every like me, like I've been uncomfortable for a while. It's cool. Listen, I'm not comfortable with it, right? But don't talk yourself out of logic. Just go with your gut. If you're not comfortable, you're not comfortable. And you really don't need an excessive reason for that. It's cool. And one last thing before I kick it to TJ, you know what is kind of crazy? As crazy as this America place is and how the states do their own thing, like you really do realize there's a place for every way of thinking that you can go in this country. Like if you really just don't want to give a fuck about any of this, you just move to Texas. Like you could just move to Florida. Like
hey, you got 2 weekends in Florida, goddammit.
You don't have to take any of this. Like damn, my state is fucking up. I'm out.
Yeah, Florida, no mandates here. No mandates here. Do you?
Actually, Orange County just put a 60-day mask mandate for their
Orange County, right?
Orange County just did. So yeah,
Florida is different.
I thought I had it queued up, but listen, actually no, I'm gonna go ahead and queue up this video because something else.
Okay, is it about COVID?
No, you can go ahead. And,
no, I was just getting ready to say that even people who are vaccinated, it be a lot of crazy theories going on about we finna grow spines and arms out of our legs and wake up possibly lose our vision the next day. I even saw this one video where this person was saying anybody vaccinated is gonna die in 5 years, and he went through a whole shebang about why you're gonna die.
The booster shot, right? Like
very on both ends. I don't think that people who are getting vaccinated don't have doubts either. Now, of course, there's gonna be some loonies that are gonna, of course, just stir up drama. But
listen. I know that. All I know is this: that the COVID the Delta variant, things are spreading, but there's something else that's spreading, and that we've been dealing with for a while, and that's stupidity. Stupidity has been spreading, and since I had COVID, there's another thing that has been spreading, and I was sitting there on my deathbed, like, I don't want to be dramatic like that, but I was really sick, but we had the Hood Olympics while I was in the going on, because we got Alan, Jesse, and Giovanni's people down here walking on crates. I just want y'all to see
people watching. They waited for something to happen. That's how I would have done it. Ooh.
Like, we're talking about events, right? We got crowded events of people going around, walking on crates. I actually saw a cop do this in the hood.
Right.
Oh, man.
Look at these people.
I'm just not doing it.
I'm not doing it because I know I'm gonna bust my ass.
Yes, I don't get excited about things.
I don't even skate for this reason because it's hard enough for me to walk regular. I don't put wheels on the bottom of my feet. I don't put blades on the bottom of my feet. And I'm definitely not. First of all, where are we getting all these crates? I remember when I was younger, it was hard pressed for us to find a crate so that we can play basketball because we had to nail it to a tree.
That's a good question.
Where is everybody finding like 20 crates? Where's the surplus of crates? Are they just being dropped off in the hood? Like, is this the way they're like, oh, okay, African Americans, if y'all not gonna be vaccinated, we might as well just, for this population control, we might as well just get these crates popping and just set it up. Like, who is the architect of the crate challenge? And I want to get y'all thoughts on it. I'm gonna start with you, Jesse. You were saying, what is your thoughts on the crate challenge?
My thoughts is it's entertaining to watch, but I'm not gonna do that because I know that I'm gonna bust my ass. And Lisa made a comment in the comment section, and she said, I trip on my slides sometimes, so that's sure a no. You damn right. I be walking through the mother freaking mall with my slides, and literally I will trip with my slides on. So yeah, I'm definitely not doing it. But it is entertaining to watch. So I guess at least they're doing that and not other things. You know what I'm saying? They're having fun. It's like a new challenge, which is funny. It's funny
to watch.
The bar? People get what I'm saying. Look, if you're looking at it from a different perspective, it's entertaining, it's funny, and they're doing. Look at all those people in the crowd just coming together just to see people do stupid shit. It's funny. It's fun to watch, and it's cool to see people are at least coming together to do something that they find entertaining and not on some negative shit. But I'm personally not gonna do it because I ain't trying to bust my ass.
Jay, you doing the crate challenge?
No, I have never broken a bone in my life, knock on wood. And I'm not about to let it be doing the crate challenge.
Alan is our resident supporter of all things, or most things, of people's free will, for them to do what they. Alan, are you going to support this crate challenge in the hood with these folks?
Listen. This is what y'all been asking for, right? Get up, go outside, have some fun.
Yes.
Remember the good old days when we used to act like a fool and jump off of the slides. This is what y'all wanted. This is what the streets wanted. This is what y'all been talking about ever since iPhones came out. Get out your phone, go outside, get some fresh air, get some grass. Well, there you go. Now
it's productive.
It's upgraded. And the only weird thing that I'm seeing is, and I wouldn't even say weird, is that stupid ass meme where it was like, oh, my generation, and you see the crate with the basketball hoop, and be like, y'all generation, and then you say, first off, the majority of people participating in this is old. I don't know if y'all seen it. It's a bunch
of old. Where's your old ass getting all these crates?
It's the same generation.
Better not be doing it.
It's the same generation that had the crates as the basketball hoop. They up there going crazy with the
I did see somebody, and we're gonna move on because I know we got a few stories before
with
we
the
break
heels
out.
on?
Nah, I didn't see that. I saw a dude rolling a blunt while he was on the crate, and he didn't stop, and then he rolled it, and like apparently he's like the logo. I saw the meme where he's like the NBA logo of the Olympics.
Yeah, like, he made it.
Y'all really, you know what? Y'all really
I gotta see that.
Richardson. This is why y'all watched the Olympics that summer and was like, what could we do? And somebody came up with this. It was like, how could we participate in the Olympics, and came up with this? And this is going nationwide. Like, we're seeing a whole bunch of people, like, this is like a thing. And they just show, excuse me, 70% healthy. I don't know if people are like, who does it? Do they all like get together? I would like to know like the planning part of it. Or does this crate structure just show up in the hood somewhere and then people just kind of migrate to it? I don't know if there's flyers.
It's probably, listen, that's probably the fun of it. It's probably a group project. You got how many? You find 5 bodegas. You start going bodega to bodega. You gather up 4 crates of pop. That alone probably takes a couple hours. And then you bring it together. And then by the time you bring it all together, it's too late. Somebody's going to try this motherfucker. Like, we ain't do all of this for nothing. We just had a whole hood scavenger hunt. And now somebody's getting on these crates.
Somebody getting on those crates.
And it's just, it's the community coming together, man. It's just, at one point in time, somebody thought running was stupid, probably. Somebody was like, yo, why are you moving your legs that fast? And then it ended up blossoming into running. You know what I'm saying? Who knows what this is going to blossom into?
I like when they get up to the first 3 or the 4, and they like, all right, yo, I got this. Then they get to that middle one, and them legs start shaking. And then I'm like,
you can't do nothing from up there. You're going to fall. So
because now it's fall on your own will. Now it's like, am I going to fall on the crates, or people think, oh, I'm going to just jump hop my foot all the way down, and they just bust their ass. But speaking of things,
when they fall and then they hit their back. Oh,
yeah.
Listen,
I just feel like, ooh.
No insurance.
Yeah. Like, could you imagine, like, all these COVID patients, and then all of a sudden, like, y'all are stressing these nurses out. Because they're like, yo, we got people that got COVID. ICU is packed up. You're like, yo, what happened? What happened to his leg? And it's like, yo, we was doing the crate challenge. Like, I'm going to say, I couldn't be ahead of a medical facility because I'm going to turn your ass around.
Anybody, I feel like, who wins or completes the challenge, they gluing the crates together. I don't believe it.
You think it's some ringers out there?
Really? I don't believe it.
If they shake, it's all in the top one, because if the top one don't shake, I get real skeptical. Like, wait a minute, how did that one? Because if you stack 6 crates on top of each other, and with your body weight is not that even, nah. So, but listen, this episode is called a reset. We got some folks that are COVID. We was out last week. But let's get to what's popping with Jesse. And actually, we haven't done this in a while because these are technically celebrities. So let's do a little grab. All right. So what's popping, Jesse? We got the Currys going through it. I know we got a couple more minutes and we got to fly through these stories, but give us the gist. What's going on with the Currys? What's popping with them? Muted. You're muted. See, we reset. We a little rusty.
That's okay because we're doing a reset episode, so that's fine.
Reset.
Okay. All right. So yes, like I was saying, Chef Curry with the infidelity, boy. I know that's corny. But
Del Curry.
Whoa.
We're not.
All right. No, we're not gonna say Del Curry. What's his wife's name?
Sonia
Curry. Yeah, that. Okay, so let me talk about what's popping. So basically, you guys see this picture, right? Please leave it up there. TJ Legacy, cool. So we got Sonia we got Dell, we got Seth, and can you tell us who that guy is right there, TJ?
That's Seth Curry. Seth Curry is the brother.
I said it.
Oh, Del Curry is the father. Who's,
no, we got Seth, we got Del, we got Sonia, and then who that right there?
Seth, not Seth. Seth.
It don't matter. We don't talk about him. It's not even about him. We don't care about him. We talk about who's next to Sonia.
He's the brother.
So what happened?
Oh wait, time out. So why is he in that picture?
Because the same reason Steph is in the picture.
He ain't got nothing to do with this story.
Steph don't either.
Yes, he does. That's okay. You're right.
Take it up with the producer. I don't know. We'll fire him later.
Well, let's talk about that. Let's get into it. So y'all ever went through, I mean, I can personally speak to this because when I was 12, I seen my parents go through a divorce, but it was nothing like this. So basically what's going on is that Steph Curry with the shot, boy. What is it? Steph?
Yes.
Stephanie. So Steph Curry.
Lord Jesus, please. Yes.
I'm a little dyslexic, just a little bit. So Steph, basically his parents, who were married, are currently getting a divorce because it has been alleged that the wife, Sonia, has been unfaithful to Dell with a NBA draft pick. And I wish, TJ, I'm so mad because I wanted to send you this video where she was dancing with him in the skybox at a game, and he's just standing there like this. Like he's just standing there like looking at the like this bitch is really doing that. And so basically
she's been draft pick.
We mean wait a minute. Let's back up.
Wait, who is he?
Who is she cheating on him with? Because I got somebody else in this picture, and what was the dude in the video? Was he black or white?
In the video, he was white. In the
video. So I got the picture of the dude that she allegedly has been cheating on.
Show us the picture.
And if this is the dude, I am very upset.
Yeah, so that might be him.
He's the NFL. Okay, let me tell you, he used to be.
That might be him. Go ahead.
Oh, so he is. So wait a minute, he's not a draft pick at this point.
No, he was a former. He's Steve Johnson, a former 6th round draft pick in the NFL, drafted in 1988.
Oh, back in the day. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Soapboxx legend.
I thought she was being a cougar.
She went. She went white.
Yeah. I'm gonna see if
she looked mixed.
Girl, I'm gonna see if I can get the video so I can send it over, and then like maybe we could play it. But basically, yeah. So she was in the skybox dancing on him, and Dell was just like sitting there like watching him like, "Bitch, you really about to do this?" However, in this article that I read, it also said that she's denying it. She's saying that no, this is not true, and that the only reason why she's not staying with Dell is because he isn't allowing her access to be at the home, so she's living by herself. So, and she did say that there is somebody special in her life, but it's not homeboy. And TJ, what did we say his name was? Because you know me, your name. The NFL.
Steve Johnson.
So it sounded like she's
saying that she's not having an affair with him. She said that that's not true. And in the article, it does also say, or another article I read, it says that this has been happening since the beginning. So she's denying it. He's saying, nah, bitch, it's true. You've been cheating on me, and I stood through it. And she's saying, like, nah, you knew what time it was. I told you what time it was. And now we're separating, okay? We're separating, and I also informed you that there's, somebody else. So it's not like you didn't know about him because I told you prior to us separating. So
it's gonna be tough to prove in court.
Listen.
He's basically saying that she should not get any alimony because of that, because of her alleged affair. And it's really hard when it comes to cheating, and this is a very sensitive topic for me because when it comes to cheating,
you see how hold on, stop hold the phone. You see how sweet just said that when it's Sonia's ass in these streets. Let that have been. She didn't say she had that same energy, that same safari energy. She was like, well, you know how difficult it is, with this cheating thing or whatever. But let that be dealt. And so, or if it was Safari, she'd be like, you see these niggas and how they ain't fucking, loyal and shit.
No, I think not loyal. I think cheating across the board is not okay. I think that. But I feel like it's different. No, okay, I'm not going to say that. You know what? I got to be very careful with what I'm about to say, only because I don't know the full story. And I believe with Safari, he admitted to it. He admitted to cheating.
Oh, so it's better for Sonya to just keep lying, keep deny. Sonya.
No, I definitely
women gonna deny.
But I definitely feel like you should be transparent. And I definitely feel like with women, before you cheat, it's because you feel neglected.
Oh.
It's because you're not taking care of what you need to be taken care of as a man. It's because we're telling you what you need to do and you're not freaking doing it. Okay?
Oh
because you cheated. It's because you cheated and we stood by you. We stood by you this entire time and you're still not doing what you're supposed to do. Okay?
And now that cheated.
Listen, I'm not trying to justify cheating at all. I don't like me. I'm the type of person that I would break up with somebody before I cheat with them. Before I cheat with somebody else. Like, I will literally tell you, like, look, I need a break, or this isn't working. Or I will tell you, like, look, I have interest, and I'm telling you, I've done this before. I don't like cheating because I always feel like there's gonna be a guilt when you cheat. Like, you're gonna feel guilty when you cheat. You're gonna. This is me speaking for me. For me, I'm not speaking for everybody. I'm speaking for me. However, y'all go and y'all cheat and y'all do whatever you want to do, and then y'all come back to your girls like when they find out, because you're not sorry until they find out. Then they find out, baby, I'm sorry. I don't know, I'm going through a tough time. You was nagging me. I'm sorry. Shut up.
Right.
Wait a minute. No. The reason why, and I'm
like TJ, I would just want to make this last point in there so you can talk. Guys cheat on a good girl who's doing everything for them just because they want pussy. I'm sorry. I know I should not be talking like that. I apologize. But yes, guys cheat on girls just because, just to feed their ego, just because, they want multiple women. They want to feel. But women cheat because, and I'm not going to speak for all women, but most women cheat because they feel neglected by their partner. So, I mean, I just feel like it's a little different, but that's just me speaking, just to speak for the podcast.
I actually have nothing to say because Jesse actually made my point. But she said it a different way, but she made my point. Men can cheat because of ego and because we like a woman's physical body part. Men are very simple beings. It could be like, oh, she got a fat ass. And that's it. And that's like, we're cheating because she has a fat ass. I like fat asses. I'm going to go ahead and cheat with the fat ass. And we can literally not think about that person. This person is literally like a human vibrator at this point. It's a toy. It's a sex like objectifying her, right? Of whoever you're cheating with. It's not, there's no like, we got to text. We got to do all this other whoop de whoop. Dudes can cheat. Bam, bam, boom. Do what you got to do. And immediately it could click. And that girl, you could walk with your girl and see this other girl that you cheated on with and walk straight and not feel a damn thing. That's men.
As soon as you get that night, y'all
women, y'all not built like that. Y'all, as much as y'all like to do the Cardi and get money and do the savage thing and blah blah. Women aren't built like that. Women gotta have some sort of connection. There's an emotional tie, like just said, as to why she's out here in these streets cheating after whatever, because the relationship is only over when women are not happy. A man in a relationship, I'm sorry, your time, you said you're done. A man in a relationship, if he's unhappy, the entire relationship is never in jeopardy. Men realize like you can be in a relationship and like the happiness, it's an ebb and flow, like a roller coaster. Once a woman is not happy, once she ain't happy, now all of a sudden you gotta watch to see, if she, and women never just break up. Y'all just don't want to be by yourselves. There's always that y'all got food dude in the wings. There's some dude in your DMs. Women never just break up to break up. They got contingency plans. They have mentally and emotionally checked out before they tell you, oh, we this is not working out.
That's
so
true.
Women break up if you are in a relationship with a woman for a year, and I think it was Chris Rock actually said it, so I can't even take credit for this. If you, and it was a movie, and I Think I Love My Wife. He said, if you are with a woman in a relationship and you break up and y'all been together for a year, she's been breaking up with you for 6 months.
Yep, that is absolutely true.
It's half. The relationship is never in jeopardy when a man is not happy.
Wait, but can we also discuss?
I never thought about it like that, but that's pretty interesting.
The entire now, a man could be happy and there could be like, oh, what's going on? Blah blah blah. Let's work on some things. Let's fix things. Let's make some adjustments.
But they do stay. Why? What is that?
Because we dumb, and men don't like as much as we don't like being as single guy, like we don't like being out there in these Jumanji streets. It is not fun. Dating is not fun. Do you know what's out there on these dating apps? And it's harder. People got COVID. Yeah. People doing crate challenges and shit. We don't want to be out in these streets. It's cold out here. We want to be, and it's about to be holiday season too. We ain't trying to be out in them streets trying to look for no damn dates. Talk about what's your favorite color, and Halloween's about to come out. Nah.
As long as y'all have somebody that you can feel like you can come home to, you're good.
Correct. A dude. Now I will say this: a dude will be in a relationship. There are men that will be in a relationship and then act single. That's why I don't believe in a relationship, not in a relationship. I don't believe in single. I don't believe in a relationship. I believe in available, unavailable, because there's a lot of people who are, if you're in a relationship, who are available as fuck. And dudes know it. You get that vibe from women. And women, you get that vibe from men that, oh, this dude is available. He is a free agent. But you can also be single and unavailable, whether you're emotionally unavailable or you're just not trying to be in a, committed relationship. We call that the Allen paradox, right? Where you're just not available at all. Like, we just don't know what you're doing. It's just unavailable, inactive.
I am available.
Exactly. So, but
I'm lying.
But yeah, so with women, yes. So, and you know what I noticed? Because I went to Universal Studios, right? Let me tell y'all a quick story. As we're talking about
the Universal Studios observation?
Yes. Fellas. Actually, I've noticed this when I went to Tampa on my mini vacation. Yes. And I went to the Universal Studios. There's this new, it's not new, but I guess because maybe I'm in better shape now and there's a different reaction or whatever. But there are a lot of women who their favorite pastime is to be with their boyfriend, hold their boyfriend's hands, but to be fucking other dudes. It's going down, like it happens all where they, and for what I'm talking about is, and I'm not just saying with me, I'm noticing with them looking at other dudes, like other dudes and stuff. Women, y'all have these wandering eyes. Y'all think men have wandering eyes. But there are a lot of dudes who are with their girl who are just looking at, like, I don't know. I got to explain. I don't know if Giovanni or Jesse going to tell the truth, but y'all will be with y'all. Oh, yeah, they're not going to tell the truth. Matter of fact, y'all will be with y'all. There are women that will be with their significant others. Dudes do it too. But I'm noticing more and more that women are just like, giving off that energy, and y'all know exactly what the hell I'm talking about. While they with their dude, and they will be looking up and down. I want to hear Giovanni, because Giovanni nodded her head and be with their dude and be giving the eye like, I see you, you see me, I'm with him. But if I wasn't with him, I hope you would approach me type of situation. And a man,
I see nothing wrong
men
with
are oblivious to the shit.
Or they're just trying to protect their sanity. If that's a pattern of hers, he probably like, I'm not even about to deal with this shit. Let me keep my head forward.
It's like
because you're not leaving.
I think it stops at marriage, but before then, it's gonna be some flirty eyes, possibly. I feel like it's just more so of I know I got it, but I'm still with this my dude right
This my man. I'm gonna keep him.
Right.
I'm gonna stick beside him. I'm gonna stick beside him.
I think it's more so like, yeah, I see you looking, but I'm clearly with my man, so but I can't help it if I'm sexy.
When the woman is looking, because there's been instances where I'm not even, and even if I'm with someone, she has brought to my attention where she will lock eyes with another woman and be like, and it's like she's with someone, but she's looking at me, and it's like women pick up on other women and their energy more so than men. Like men would be like,
so you're saying the woman that you're with starts looking at another woman with another man.
The woman that I'm with is seeing another woman with her boyfriend look at me, and then they catch eyes, because a woman will always catch like eyes, and they'll do like a little head nod or kind of like girl approval, like, oh, okay, your man, fine, whatever.
Right.
Men,
nice little nothing.
Yeah, man, we like when you see a dude, it's different for us. When you see a dude,
y'all be ready to be the club.
Yeah, like when you see a dude, like for instance, Alan, if you're out
feelings all hurt,
and you see another dude looking at your shorty that you're with, and you're in a relationship, the dude is immediately going to look to see if she's with another dude or with the dude that you show. A dude is always going to size another dude up. And so he's going to look at you and y'all lock eyes. And usually the dude, if he's respectful or whatever, is going to kind of put his head like, looks another way or act like he wasn't looking at your girl like that or whatever. But, then there's dudes that just don't give a fuck. And that's when dudes start fighting, and when alcohol is involved type of thing. But yeah, these wandering eyes, man. Wandering eyes. Women are notorious for it. More and more women are now being
Everybody is notorious for it.
More and more women are being exposed for the infidelity, the Kelly, and all these different cheating. And then we got women like Jesse that will justify it or minimize their infidelity.
No, I'm not
and be like, oh, well,
I'm not justifying.
Okay, let me ask
you.
you
Say something? Let me say something real fast.
Let me ask a question, and I'll give it to you.
Go ahead.
Why is it? And I'm gonna put it. Why is it that a woman, because she feels neglected, and this is really a rhetorical question because I already know the answer, but I'm gonna just let Jesse.
Okay. Go ahead.
Oh, a woman feels neglected and she doesn't feel like she's being appreciated by her man, and yada yada. We heard that story. Why did she just leave? Why did she stay with the dude, but then entertain other dudes on the side? Wait, I'm not done. Entertain dudes on the side, allow dudes to slip in the DMs, and then when she realizes, okay, he ain't really getting better, then she goes on her 2 to 3 month planning her exit strategy. Why not just leave cold turkey if you're not feeling appreciated or rejected, like some men do?
Yeah, TJ,
I'm going to throw that to both Jesse and Giovanni.
Yeah. So TJ, yes, I definitely see what you're saying. But I would like to say this, just a counterattack to what you're saying. So if a dude, a man, boy, whatever, if he's going to cheat, why doesn't he leave? Why does he leave?
I just explained how we our makeup.
Sometimes
we don't cheat for the same reasons. We cheat because it's bullshit. There.
TJ, I'm sorry. That's bullshit.
It's not. It's the truth.
You don't think that there's women out there who can get involved with another dude and not have feelings at all, but just do it just because?
No. Okay, women can't have multiple dicks like in circulation like that.
Me as a woman, I'm telling you that I know plenty of women. I'm telling you, TJ, I know plenty of women who can get involved with another guy and have no feeling whatsoever, and it can literally just
be these women. What's the Instagram? Prove it. What's the Instagram?
I'm not telling you. I'm not about to expose people. I'm letting you know that me personally, I know personally people who can get involved with people physically and have no attachments to them. Number one.
And I'm gonna say this: long term, women doing that.
Long term is different. If a guy is cheating long term, then you could just leave. If you're gonna say that for a guy, then you gotta say the same thing for a girl. If anybody is cheating,
men and women are built differently.
No,
they're built differently, psychologically and physiologically.
TJ, going off of what you're saying, if a guy is cheating long term with multiple different women, that's one thing. If he's cheating with the same person, or you just need to fucking leave. I'm sorry.
I feel like.
So TJ, you're saying.
I'm sorry. I feel like this is gonna be a to be continued.
Oh yes, definitely.
Next week.
We need to save this for another episode.
So wait, TJ, you're saying that.
All right, Jay, wrap it up for us, and then we'll do the moral of the story.
Yeah,
I lost track of time. I thought we started on time.
So you're saying that men can cheat multiple times, but in the end, whatever 10 or 5 months later, a year later, they won't have those feelings of like, oh man, I'm a hoe. And you're saying that women eventually they feel like their body was used in that cool.
Men cheat because it's there. It's like men are very visual, right? Visual beings.
No.
Whatever. And we're gonna just cheat. A woman, there has to be some sort of if she's got a dude, a man, right? And then she's got a side dudes that she's cheating. Like, let's say we're on the same part they're doing. She's cheating. She's got side dudes or whatever. Eventually there is some sort of emotional attachment, whatever. A woman cheats because the other guy is feeling some sort of a void. Men don't need that. Most men, I'm going to say most men don't need that. A woman is cheating, and just said it. A woman is cheating because whoever the main dude is, there is a deficiency. He is filling a actual void. And when he's filling a void and you're still with your man, eventually, psychologically, your behaviors, it don't work out. Now, yes, there's women that can be like, oh, I'm a savage, I can do this. But eventually, and plus all that women cheating and shit, they got a shelf life because eventually there's a woman that's turning 21 every day. And so cheating and fucking a bunch of multiple dudes in your youth, women physiologically are not built the same way that men are. There's certain things, there's double standards, yes, and we'll have to continue this conversation later. But yes, there are double standards to how men cheat and all these other different things. And I know Soapbox Nation, y'all want us to continue this conversation. However, we definitely got to run. I know we got a later start. We will start with this conversation next week.
The whole episode next week needs to be on this topic because I got a whole lot to say.
Good, and I got a lot to say too. Ain't nobody scared of you, and you're justifying cheating and thinking that women.
Ain't nobody telling you to be.
You know what you gotta do. You know what, just saying. You know what your problem is. You gotta stop. And I know all the feminists gonna be mad. You gotta stop thinking that we live in this world where a woman can do just whatever a man can do. That's gonna get y'all fucked up in the streets.
My God!
Y'all gotta stop.
Put a pin in that.
This is the reset. I'm glad we're back and we got all the COVID and all this other stuff out of our system. This is the reset. We definitely gonna start with this conversation. However, because it's late, let's start with the moral of the story. I'm gonna start with just Giovanni, right? To bring some sort of healing to this, to help Jesse bring some healing to this conversation. Help Jesse.
You are hilarious.
I love you guys. Jesse in her padded room.
It's gonna be a good conversation next week.
She can't wait to justify the cheating that women do in these streets. And let's talk about.
You are absolutely wrong, PJ. But
let's talk about next week. All right, next week we'll also talk about who's better at cheating, men or women. Women, 100%.
Men are sloppy.
Men are stupid. Y'all are so sloppy. But anyways, go ahead.
All right, go ahead. Giovanni, what's the moral of the story? Quick, we got
moral of the story today is I don't want to steal Allen's, but I might have to. Wash your hands, get the hand sanitizer, wear your mask, make sure you're social distancing, and of course, follow me on Instagram at Just Giovanni and at Just Doing Her Official. I am back with the motivational speaking and the self-love creating things. I have a lot of new things coming for 2022, and you don't want to miss it.
Word. Alan. Actually, let's go to Jesse. Let's just get it out of her system. Jesse, what's your moral?
And Jesse is looking fine for all the people who are only listening and cannot see my girl. It's not looking like she just had a baby. Okay?
Stop it. You looking fine, shorty. I told you too. But look, I honestly don't have a moral of the story today because I'm really set on next week's episode. So I'm gonna put a pin in that. And let me tell you guys, I'm really looking forward to discussing cheating on next week's episode and the double standards and men's mentality and women's mentality and TJ's mentality. I'm really looking forward to it. So that's my moral of the story is, please, if you interested in cheating and all that stuff that come with it, come to next week's episode because me and TJ, we gonna go at it.
I'm scared of you. Anyway, Alan, what's your moral of the story?
Listen, my moral of the story is I actually want to quote one of my favorite pastors today. So one of my favorite pastors, Pastor Mason Beffer, he said back in the 90s, I do what works for me, you do what works for you. Everybody just do what works for you. You know what I'm saying? And use some common sense. You know what I mean? That's my moral of the story. Shout out to Pastor Mason Beffer.
Word. Listen, my moral of the story is simple as this. There's a lot of people that have gotten COVID. I've gotten COVID. Jesse's gotten COVID. I consider myself lucky. I consider myself blessed because there are people who have had this virus and it didn't work out and it became fatal. So I'm obviously here for a purpose, and I would consider everybody who's either contracted COVID or knowing someone that has COVID and maybe passed away for you to take this opportunity for your own reset to really find out really prioritize what's important to you in your life. I had an opportunity after I was able to actually have a clear thought and think as to what is important to me, the plans that I have in place. And so now that you are given, whether it's you consider this a second chance or whether this is God, sometimes God puts things in your path in order to sit your ass down so that he can get your attention. So if that is what he's doing in your life, whether it's COVID, whether it's job loss, whether it's whatever it is in your life, everything does happen for a reason. And so it's your responsibility to find out what the message is and what the lesson is in the blessing. So I'm thankful. I'm glad that Jesse, you're feeling better and you're back to yourself. Giovanni, I definitely respect your decision to be vaxxed. Alan, I wish you best of luck on your vaccination journey, and I'm going to be on my own soon. But the best thing about it is that we are together. We're doing what we love to do, and we'll continue to do it. And we appreciate each and every one of you from Soapboxx Nation, whether you're listening, streaming services, all that good stuff. Thank you for supporting the Soapboxx Podcast. We'll be doing some new things now that I can get my creative juices flowing. My schedule is kind of subsided a little bit. We definitely appreciate you, and make sure that you follow us, Soapboxx Podcast with Soapboxx Podcast with 2X. And my chair just sank, but we are out. We will see you next week where I give Jesse this work and let her know about these cheating ass women out here, because we are tired of hearing about these men and what we got to do. Yeah. Round two coming next. See y'all. Peace. We out. This is where we pose. See ya.
Anyway, tell them what we talking about.